Chime in now. It's Group Therapy on the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
Which brings us to Group Therapy with Rhonda today. What do you want to bring to the Playhouse family, Rhonda?
Well, I'm okay. I have been kind of in a tizzy since my daughter told me she was engaged to her boyfriend, Tyler.
Okay.
I just don't trust the guy. I don't think he's good. They were on again, off again, and I am thinking of hiring a loyalty test woman, you know, one of those sexy girls who could approach him to see if he'd be down for, you know.
You hate the guy that your daughter's engaged to so much that you want to pay a pretty girl to go, like, hit on him and see what he does?
Yes, I have a bad feeling about this guy. I don't like him. I've never liked him. I have faked it because I want my daughter to be happy, but I am seriously considering doing this, and my husband is totally on board. I want my daughter to find out who this guy really is before she walks down the aisle with him.
Well, let's be honest. So you'd be hoping he takes the bait here.
I mean, perhaps subconsciously, yes, but honestly, I'm picking up the phone today and I'm doing it. You always have to listen to your gut instinct, and I'm listening to it.
Okay. Well, I feel like you skipped a step here because you seem pretty sure you're going to do this. I thought the whole group therapy was like if people think it's a good idea or not.
I would love to hear what people have to say.
What are you going to do if, let's say he passes the test with flying colors and he is wonderful and he is like, I'm so please get away. I am happily engaged to the world's most wonderful woman, shoots this girl down, calls your daughter right away. Now he passes the test. But what if he passes and then word gets out that you're the one behind this? You are going to ruin your relationship with your daughter.
Yeah. So I think we got a couple of things we're doing here. Is that a good idea, bad idea? Is there alternatives? Are there any alternatives? And then is there anybody that wants to, if she's going to do this, volunteer?
To do it?
Yeah,
to be the woman?
I mean, if we got to help her find somebody. Maybe because she's like, oh, I'm going to hire some. You can't just call 1-800-THIRST-TRAP. Like, who are these people?
I think there are people on social media
that offer that up.
Well, they offer more of reaching out via social media. Like, I can message your guy and pretend I'm interested.
Well, but let's be honest, because we just know the Playhouse family is just nothing but smoke shows, right? So
absolutely,
we can find you somebody, but I think it's a bad idea. I think you just leave it be.
And for her to say my husband is 100% on board, is he, or are you like me where you come up with these crazy ideas and your partner's like, all right, I've had enough. Just do whatever you want to do.
Probably that one. I think if you have this laundry list of concerns, they probably should have been shared well before they were talking about getting married. If, like, honestly,
like because she said they have been on and off again for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Why not one of those times when either they were broken up or she gets back with him? You like sat her down and said, is this really the best idea? Have you guys learned from your previous mistakes? It's always on and off, on and off.
Well, and rather than like go find the smoke show to go, flirt with the guy, maybe you could just sit down and be like, so really excited for you. And if this is what you want, fully support you. Here's some things I've noticed, though. I just wanted to make sure I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I didn't say something about these things. And just to have it like a talk.
I think even the talk might go bad. It's going to upset your daughter.
Isn't that better than having the thirst trap go flirt with them? The loyalty
100%,
test lady?
that is better than doing the loyalty test. And then flip side, let's say he doesn't pass the loyalty test.
Well,
and then does mom call the daughter? How do you tell her that you know that he like cheated or whatever, that you hired this woman? Either way, he passes or he doesn't pass. Terrible idea.
Well, and what if she doesn't even take it seriously? She's like, well, yeah, I mean, of course, some woman throws, some fake woman that was paid money to blah, 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 blah. Like,
Yeah, people aren't liking the idea. Someone even said, this is like the plot of a bad Lifetime movie. Don't be that mother-in-law. If you push her or if you push too hard, you're going to push her closer to him.
Hey, that would be a great Lifetime movie, and I would watch it.
I would
Come
watch
on
it.
Now. Hi.
It's a hard one. I would maybe talk with the daughter and get what she can from her and see if the daughter even thinks that Tyler's not, being true to her. And I don't know. There's a lot of gray area there. I think maybe she should kind of let the daughter know that she feels this way first before she goes all investigatory.
You know, I felt bad when she threw his name out, and I feel worse that you caught it.
Wait,
Poor Tyler.
someone texted in and said, Tyler, that name alone is a red flag.
Are Tyler's bad news?
I didn't think so.
That's news to me. So she's got a situation where her daughter is looking to get married, but she's not a huge fan of this guy. And it's like, okay, what if I do the old loyalty test? I find some pretty lady to kind of throw herself at him. And, well, when he turns out to be a cheater, that'll ruin everything. That'll prove I was always right. Is that a great idea? Is there better ideas? So basically, she wants to prove that this guy is a turd by sending a pretty lady to go throw herself at him and just see how that goes. People aren't like highly supportive, I guess.
No, someone said, worst idea ever. Someone else said, this would never work for my husband and I. We would both flirt back, and then we would go home and tell the other one how this smoking hot person was totally flirting with us. Someone said, this actually happened to me by my parents. And
Wow.
it actually pushed me away from my parents. I didn't talk to them for 4 years. I was with this guy for 13 years. It ended badly, but I still don't have that relationship with my parents anymore.
What are you thinking? Is the loyalty test the way to go, or nah?
Oh my God, I think that's so gross. Like, if your parents should not be getting involved that way. It's like, if you haven't asked them to, even if she asked her to, I think that would be weird. But like, the fact that their parents are trying to do this without being asked, I don't know. Sometimes I think people just have to make their own mistakes, and they're not going to learn their lesson until they make their own mistakes. And so, like, it's one thing to speak up and say, hey, I don't trust him, and here's why I don't trust him. If you don't have any evidence for not trusting him, then you don't have anything to go on. I mean,
So it's all well and good to not like the guy, but have some receipts. You got to have some reasons.
yeah, like I had a cousin who married a guy who wasn't great, and like they divorced like 6 months later, and nobody in her life said anything that I know of. But, you know, I kind of wish I'd spoken up and said, hey, I didn't like how he treated you there. At least I would have said something, but it would have been evidential. Like, it would have been like, here is what I saw, and here's what I feel about that.
Well, and if you haven't seen anything that is tangible that you can sit and have a conversation about, and you have to create it through the loyalty test, are your reasons valid?
That's what I think. You just don't like him as a person in your gut, so that you need something to back it up. And someone said, unless he's dangerous, you have to let her make her own mistakes. Someone else said, my mother-in-law tried to test me when we were engaged. I caught on, kind of played along, and it made her look like the crazy one, and now she's no longer allowed in our home. Don't be that lady.
Well, a lot of people are pointing out, like, let's say even this works. You know, she succeeds, whatever the success looks like with what you've just described there. I mean, this might just end with your daughter being furious with you and nothing else, right?
I think she would, of course, in the beginning, but I want her to be with somebody who would not do this to her. And I would hope in the long run, even if it takes 10 years, that she realizes I did this to snuff out a jerk.
Yeah. Well, and it would suck for her to, have someone in her life that's like deceitful, would try to pull the wool over her eyes. That would be awful.
But listen, you even said even if it took 10 years, so you're willing to ruin this relationship with your daughter for that long just because you don't like this guy deep down? There's nothing he's done.
I think it's weird they haven't had some sort of conversation to this point.
What
if you
if
hate
your
him so much.
daughter's the garbage person in the relationship,
maybe.
the one that's constantly calling it off or doing something? Like, you think your daughter is this angel. At first I didn't like Zero's idea of sitting down and talking with your daughter, but maybe you have to.
I think it's better than sending the thirst trap
Oh,
after
for
him.
sure. Someone even said, don't do that. Save your time with hiring a woman. Hire a private detective.
Like, a little surprised how many people are comfortable sending pictures of themselves. Like, hey, if she needs help, give me a text.
Someone said you could try to test his character, maybe take them on a high-stress family camping trip, or ask him to help you move furniture. See how he acts when things are difficult? That's the real test. Someone else said kill him with kindness. The more you hate him, the more she'll defend him. If you act like you like him, then that rebellion factor will disappear and she might actually see his flaws.
Hi.
I think she should do it
Really?
because you never know.
Okay, so you are very, very pro-loyalty test here.
I think they should do it secretly. I think she should do it secretly. I think the daughter will hate her for it, but I think she should do it.
She's absolutely going to hate her for it. That's not even a question.
Someone even said, my daughter dated a total loser for 4 years. However, I stopped criticizing him and I started asking her thoughtful questions like, how does he make you feel when he's canceling all the plans? And eventually she realized she deserved better on her own. And I think that's the best way to go about it.
You know, the funny thing with you, Rhonda, I think that you barely even finished telling us what the situation was before you already, like, you seem pretty inclined to
Decided.
do this. I don't know if there's even point of us doing this.
I hate this guy. I'm gonna find out the real him. I'm telling you, he's been putting such an act on.
Yeah. I mean, but you would also be putting an act on sending this woman to go flirt with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah. We seem to have more people that think there's a better way to do it. Is maybe just a visit, little chat. Maybe the
Yeah,
preferred way.
people are saying you tell her you're worried about your daughter's future, but not by hiring someone.
I will say, if you actually were to do this, and I'm kind of hoping you don't, but if you were to actually do this, obviously we'd like to hear how that goes.
I'm nervous for a follow-up.
Yeah, I'd be just curious to kind of hear what happens. But good luck as you figure out what you're going to do, and preferably you don't.
All right, thanks.